Why you are not manifesting money. The number one reason why the law of attraction is not working for you and not manifesting money. Michael Holmwood. Introduction. I want to thank you and congratulate you for downloading the book, How You Are Not Manifesting Money. The number one reason why the law of attraction isn't working for you and not manifesting money. This book contains proven steps and strategies on how to manifest your desires into a reality, especially in those circumstances where previous efforts have not worked in an ideal manner. The law of attraction is a powerful tool, but only when used in the right way. For many people, the lack of initial success and immediate reward can lead to an abandonment of the entire process. But this is incorrect and can completely undermine all of your efforts. Those who are struggling with the process of manifesting money should read on and discover where you are going wrong and why the method is not working for you. With the right approach, you will soon be able to witness how influential the law of attraction can be. I am inspired daily to write and live by the law of attraction thanks to people like Joe Vitale. I have found his teachings in the background that he has come from to be particularly inspiring for me and something that I can relate to dearly. He truly is an authority in this school of thought and someone who I admire and respect greatly. Chapter 1. Identifying the issue. For many people, the prospect of manifestation seems almost too good to be true. The concept and the underlying principles behind the system might for the misinformed seem confusing and alien. However, with the right research, the power of manifestation can have a hugely positive influence on your life. Not only can it help in the process of identifying and realizing dreams and desires, but it can help to add direction and positivity to an otherwise unengaging and flat existence. The reason many people turn towards the method in the first place is a desire to better themselves and to seek the rewards that this betterment brings. However, not everyone is met with instant success. After a brief reading of a few articles and a few hours of research, many people can walk away with the wrong impression and the wrong method when it comes to the law of attraction. For these people, the process will often end unsuccessfully and through no fault of their own they can become disillusioned with the method. If you are having trouble with the manifestation process, then it is likely that you are coming across the exact same issue which many people who undertake the process are experiencing. Those beset by this issue will find their efforts undermined and the attempts they make at implementing the law of attraction simply will not work. But what is this issue and how can it be overcome? Why are you not manifesting money? The answer is so simple. The main reason for the failure of the method for many people is doubt. This can come in many forms and this guide will seek to help you overcome the issue. But the number one cause as to why a particular attempt at manifesting money, success, a car, a boat, even an ice cream or a soda is simply doubt. And the existence of doubt is in no way a fault of the individual who is struggling with the system. The current society in which we live is marked by the presence of negativity and cynicism at every turn. In an age racked with information and opinion at every corner, the ability to remain positive even with regards to one particular object or objective can be incredibly tough. In these times, it is only too common for those people to begin doubting and reflecting on the method in a negative light. When it comes to making sure that you are overcoming your issues and implementing the law of attraction in the best possible fashion, this doubt is exactly what must be overcome. It needs to be fought away and banished. If you are to succeed with the method of manifesting money, then chasing away the negative thoughts and the questioning doubt which exist in your mind should be the primary goal. For those who are questioning why the system is not working in their favor, it is this question and this undermining of the system itself which must be overcome in order to make sure that you are doing everything you can to focus on the successful implementation of manifestation. Despite the natural nature of these doubts and the common occurrence of the problem, finding the very best way in which to rid yourself of such a problem can be the main key to achieving exactly what you are searching for when it comes to manifestation. For those who are wondering why they are not manifesting money, doubt is the number one cause of the problem, and this guide will aim to help you properly dispel your worries and start out along the pathway to realizing your goals. The fact that you have chosen to read through this guide is an excellent start, but the process will take a little more effort and reassurance in order to make sure that you are doing your utmost when it comes to the law of attraction. Every journey starts with the first step. But what is the second, and what is the best way in which we can identify and dispel any issues which we might have with regards to the manifestation of money? Chapter 2. Praying versus manifestation. The key difference is perhaps one of the most obvious ways in which doubt is able to creep into the manifestation process is in the manner in which one thinks about the desired object. The law of attraction is built on the foundation of a simple belief and a simple concept. However, the way in which these central ideas are interpreted can have a big effect on the success of the method. As we know that doubt is the biggest way in which the process is often undermined by those who are not experiencing the results which they would like, it is important to begin to examine the differences in the methodology and the ways in which doubt can often creep into the manifestation process. Whilst it may not seem as though there is a big difference between the two concepts, those who finding themselves praying for financial success will be far less likely to manifest great results than those who apply the law of attraction in the correct manner. The difference is subtle, but very much influential when it comes to making sure that you get the results which you want. The difference between praying and manifestation is one of doubt and one which, once noticed, can be overcome. If you have been attempting to implement the laws of attraction for a period of time but have not yet moved any closer to your goal, this could well be because you have misinterpreted the instruction and have spent your time praying for a change rather than visualizing it. When it comes to manifestation, the key is to truly believe that it will arrive. This belief is something which you control. You are very much an agent of your own destiny and the control lays in your hands. In order to find financial success and monetary rewards, it will be the belief and the visualizing which will make sure that your goals will be reached. However, rather than believing in the power of manifestation and the ability of a person to dictate their goals on their own terms, many people find that doubt begins to creep into the process. One of the clearest ways in which it does so is that, during the visualizing of the reward or the goal, they remove their own agency. Rather than truly believing that their, for example, monetary success will manifest via the power of positive thought, they begin to pray for change. This influence of doubt, the doubting in the power of the method, can have a huge effect. Rather than simply believing in yourself and your method, you are calling for an intervention. If you find yourself praying for change rather than simply visualizing your goal, the law of attraction will not work in the correct fashion. For those who have changed from manifestation to praying, the difference is in the agent at the cornerstone of the change. Rather than having the influence in your own hands via the power of manifestation, you are instead hoping that someone will intervene and cause the change on your behalf. This appeal to a third party undermines the method and reflects the doubt which one might have in the law of attraction. For those who find themselves praying, however, all is not lost. For those who find that the methodology of manifestation is not working, all is not lost. For those who are beginning to have doubts, all is most certainly not lost. Instead, the ability to recognize the issue and to recognize the doubt which exists in your implementation of the methodology is the first step towards ensuring that you are able to correct it. While it may be a subtle difference, the difference between praying for change and actively believing in manifestation can have a huge influence on the method ability to work in the correct fashion. When it comes to manifesting money, the ability to recognize where you are going wrong can be the first step towards doing things in the right manner. Once you have identified the problem, it is time to begin the process of getting back on track and finding out how to use the law of attraction in the right way. Chapter 3: Realigning your manifestation. If you are one of those people who finds that the method is not working in the ideal fashion, then it might well be time to step back and realign your manifestation. As mentioned previously, the first step is to recognize that doubt has crept into your system and that it is now time to do something about it. Those who are truly focused on making sure that they do their utmost in order to manifest money or whatever the goals might be will benefit hugely from taking the time to start from the beginning and make sure that everything is handled in the best possible manner. Sometimes, you just have to rip it up and start again. Thankfully, the process is not entirely complicated. Once you have recognized that the doubt in your process is present and that this might well be able to affect your manifestation abilities, then starting afresh will be like a slipping into freshly washed sheets. Whereas previously you have had little success with the method, by realigning your manifestation, you can learn where you were going wrong. Not only will this help you achieve your goal quicker and in a more effective fashion, but it will allow you to put into practice a good system which can be used in the future and a system which you can pass on to others. By taking the process back to the start, you lose nothing and gain everything. By taking the time to realign the core principles of the manifestation process, you learn a skill set which will not only help you achieve your goals, but will teach you hugely valuable life skills. Sometimes, the failed first attempt only makes the eventual success taste even sweeter. Rather than dwelling on missed opportunities, It is now time to take everything back to the beginning. Remember the excitement which you felt when you first started hearing about the law of attraction. Remember the seed of the idea you begin to think about each and every day. This is the state of mind to which we will be returning. Rather than regretting the time you spent on an incorrectly applied method, instead relish the opportunity that comes with knowing where you went wrong in the previous attempt. This positive energy and desire to discover the possibilities offered up by manifestation are the best place to start and will help us drive away the doubt and embark upon a fresh attempt. Now, after everything that you read or heard before your initial attempt, it is likely that there was a great deal of useful information behind those teaching, and that information contained a great deal of detail which was pointing you in the right direction. Because this is likely the method and approach with which you are most familiar, it can benefit you hugely to stick with it. If you are unsure, researching alternative methods can be another option, but what we will tackle in this guide is the cornerstone of the issue: the doubt which was able to creep into the method and how it affected your manifestation. So, rather than praying for change, it is time to go back to the start and find out why your previous attempts at manifesting money were not working and how to alter that. Now that we are back at the start, it can help to realign your desire. Rather than changing it completely, we can try bringing a little more focus to the process. If your goal during this process is to better yourself financially, one of the very best tricks is to hold an exact figure in your head. When it comes to manifestation, belief in the process plays a big part, and the big part of being able to believe in a monetary improvement can be having a very vivid idea of the goal. Rather than simply focusing on the idea of being rich, instead think of all of the details about the goal. Have an exact figure in mind. Don't make it a round number, change around the digits. Have it total a strange amount, with extra cents and odd numbers. Round zeros are boring. We want an exact amount, something which you can really wrap your imagination around. Now, don't just think of that number in and of itself. Think of all of the little details: the statement from your bank as it arrives in the post, the feel of the envelope as you open it and see the account balance, the weight of the money in your hand, the signing of a check. Whatever it is, have that idea of the amount in your head and all the different ways in which you will interact with it. With that as your primary focus during the manifestation process, don't just pray that it will arrive. Don't plead with some unseen force to intervene on your behalf. Simply hold the thought of it in your mind and bask in the radiance which it emanates. This is a realigning of your manifestation. Take everything back to the start and make sure that you have a particularly vivid picture of your goal. A fresh goal, a new goal, a wonderful amount which will not be beset by doubt and worry. This is the new center of your manifestation universe. Chapter 4: Emotional Attachment. The process of manifestation is, for many people, an emotional one. The reasoning behind desiring an increase in cash or material wealth can often be down to a very real emotional concern or need. As such, the methodology which people employ can often be afflicted by the emotion which they associate their goal with, and the law of attraction can seem to be faltering. While the emotion involved in the process might be understandable, it can actually hinder your ability to achieve your goal. The process of manifestation is one which does not benefit from a great deal of emotional involvement for one key reason: emotion can lead to doubt. The added pressures and the added complexities which come with framing a manifestation in emotional terms can often lead to greater difficulties further down the line and can undermine the process itself. When it comes to making sure that your efforts are as successful as possible, it can actually be quite damaging to add too much emotional investment into the thought process. That is not to say that the method is not an emotional one. The motivation and the desires which one will keenly pursue are so often intrinsically and inextricably linked to the more human of emotions. As a starting point and a reason for entering into the process, this is entirely understandable. However, knowing where to draw the line and where to focus your efforts can be exactly what is required if you are to stand the best chance of succeeding when it comes to the law of attraction. The key difference between a successful manifestation technique and an emotional one can often be akin to the difference between objectivity and subjectivity. Objectivity is the ability to view facts and concepts in an unbiased and fair manner, to be able to detach oneself from the process in order to make sure that the end result is the right one. On the other hand, subjectivity is the ability to view certain ideas and events through a personalized lens, to project one's emotions onto what is being examined. While both have their places and both have their uses in the modern world, it is the objective approach which is best suited to those who are involved in the process of manifestation. During your time with the method, It can be essential to make sure that the efforts and thoughts which you dedicate to the goal are not clouded by emotion. To review them in an objective manner can be the perfect way in which you can prevent doubt from creeping into the process. As we have discussed earlier, doubt can be the major inhibitor when it comes to the method, and by being able to think purely about the goal itself without the added burden of emotion, you will be better prepared to achieve your objective. Chapter 5: Overcoming Your Doubts. As you move along the process of manifestation, it is only natural that you will begin to doubt the system. For those who are attempting to reach their objectives for the first time, the unfamiliarity of the process and some of the ideas involved might seem alien enough to put you off. For those who have engendered too much emotion into the process, the negative thoughts can creep in. For those who are simply approaching the process in the wrong fashion, doubts are perhaps inevitable. However, the doubting of the process is exactly what will cause you to fail. By allowing the negative considerations to creep into the process, you are only damaging your own efforts and undoing any good work which you have put into the law of attraction. For the system to work, overcoming these doubts will be the best way in which to achieve your financial goals and to make money out of manifestation. So when it comes to doing away with the number one problem which many people face, how can you ensure that future efforts are not hindered? As mentioned in the previous chapters, identifying the problem is a huge first step. Once you are aware of the reasons for the system not working, you are better placed to guard against them. Similarly, those who have realized the ill effect of emotional approaches and the difference between praying and visualizing will already be better prepared for the road ahead. But how can you maintain your focus on the journey to achieving your goals? The answer lies within the system itself. In order to best guard against doubt and the negative influence of doubting thoughts, it is important to maintain a consistency. If you have set aside a certain time of the day which you will allow your goal to occupy your thoughts, maintain the system. Allow yourself the opportunity to focus on this thought at the same time, in the same manner. By erecting a mental barrier and a stronghold around the thoughts, you can protect them against the influence of doubt. By remaining objective and entertaining the same thought, you can maintain your focus. It is this focus and this determination to remain on track which will better allow you to take advantage of the law of attraction. Chapter 6: Patience. Anyone who has already achieved success through the law of attraction will likely say that there is one final piece of advice for anyone who is finding the method hard to implement. The ability to be patient with manifestation is a hugely difficult feat, with some remaining committed for hours and days before giving up. But this is not an overnight scheme. Anyone who is simply seeking to have the world handed to them in one fell swoop will remain unfulfilled. Instead, the principles of manifestation offer something more holistic. Those who are able to remain patient and to continue with the system are those who are most likely to achieve their goals. By succumbing to the principal cause of failure, doubt, people exhibit a lack of patience and a lack of trust. The doubt which can creep into any mind will only hinder the practitioner. The doubt which creeps into the mind can only undermine the good work which has already been accomplished. Anyone lacking in patience might well find the power of manifestation to be a wholly aggravating approach. Anyone who is obsessed with overnight results might well find themselves disillusioned and disenchanted by what the methodology of manifestation has to offer. Essentially, they are the embodiment of exactly how the system should not be used. They are ruled by their doubt and uncertainty, and it has crept into their manifestations. For those who are looking to make sure that they can take full advantage of the law of attraction, patience is absolutely essential. Finding the ability to remain patient and to remain dedicated to using the method in the correct manner will be the true benefactor when it comes to achieving their goals. If you are worried about the inability to achieve a better financial future or are doubtful about the ability to manifest money, then these are the typical kinds of negative thoughts which will need to be dealt with. Unfortunately, patience is a skill not so easily taught. While other steps in this guide can point you in the right direction and direct you towards a better approach, patience is a skill which is difficult to teach. Instead, the only way in which to demonstrate the profit behind the patience is to maintain your conviction and maintain your dedication. By realigning your goals, you can discover just how fantastic that feeling of achievement can become. As the final result of the process of manifestation, anyone who has remained patient and achieved their goals will have no difficulty with future processes. For many, that first success is just the window to many, many more. When it comes to discovering patience, the best teacher is your own achievements. By trusting in the law of attraction and ensuring that you are preventing doubt from creeping into your life, you too can make sure that you are manifesting money in the best possible fashion. Conclusion: thank you again for downloading this book. I hope this book was able to help you to discover the difficulties which lie within the method of manifestation and learn what to do in order to overcome these difficulties. The next step is to put these methods into practice. Keep the doubt away. Keep your goal in mind and make sure that you remain as patient as possible. When it comes to manifesting money, you now have the best possible tools at your disposal. Thank you and good luck.